Alright folks, we were super blessed and allowed to come check out the beautiful Touchstone Gallery here in beautiful Taos, New Mexico. One of the most prestigious gem shops here in Taos, New Mexico. Some native copper, actually from New Mexico. Most of the native copper that you'll see at larger gem shows might come from Michigan. This bad girl is from right here in beautiful Taos, New Mexico. Silver City. Silver City used to be a hot spot for country western music. Not so much anymore. There's a few gigs to be had. Some beautiful orthoceras. Look at that selenite. Talk about cleansing. What a blessing. These folks go to some of the larger gem shows in the United States, such as the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show and the Denver Gem Show, where they get some of their monster minerals. I beg your pardon? Is the Smilodon in the window a casting?
That's our one replica.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome nonetheless.
Everything else is real, but that's a casting of real one from the La Brea Target.
I hear that you folks are some of the only people in New Mexico that get the mammoth tusks.
Yes, this is probably our last mammoth tusk.
No! Is it because of like the tariffs and all the trade stuff that's happening to
There's
it?
a lot of trade stuff that's going on that's making it more complicated.
Oh man, what a blessing.
Yeah.
It's so fantastic that you folks have one.
We usually have about 1 or 2 a year.
That's super impressive. Wow. Siberia. Look at that amber. I totally would have thought that a woolly mammoth slice would have been about 10 times that price. Fantastic. I believe Touchstone Gallery has been here for quite a while. This is probably one of the best locations to have a shop in beautiful Taos, New Mexico. Some Megalodon madness. Some of it's polished. I imagine that is hand polished, but I could be wrong. Oh, I thought there was a glass here. A lot of these trilobites come from the Taos, New Mexico area. I don't know if these particular pieces are. Look at that shrimp. Awesome. Awesomeness. Some orthoceras bowls. Got that good old Christian raised in 8th grade education, and I don't know how to say that.
Oh, I see. Just on your own. Just on my own. Okay. Just have marathon and how many miles?
Awesome stuff. Fossil clams. This shop definitely gives any vendor during the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show a run for its money. Some beautiful Tampa, Florida. Fossilized coral geode. Used to play a lot of punk rock and metal music in Tampa. Some polished cuprolite, aka dino droppings. Look at the way they display these bones. Fantastic. This is like the swing version of that tin. Pretty cool. I wonder if this is a natural matrix. I beg your pardon? Do you know if this copper is New Mexico or is it Michigan? Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great piece. It's like angel wings.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen such nice New Mexican native copper.
Yeah.
I'm used to it coming from Michigan in big pieces like that.
Yes.
Are you ladies going to Denver this year?
No. No. I'm currently pregnant and going to be giving birth right before.
Oh, man.
That is not happening.
Like during or right before?
No. Like before, so I'll still be out.
Oh, years to come, you can have that birthday party in Denver.
Yes, exactly.
Fantastic. Congratulations. That's a Freddy Krueger claw. Cave bear. Is that the bear that had the tail? Fantastic chip inlay inside of that cedar, aka Rocky Mountain juniper. Some banging fluorite. Some dendrited sandstone. A gentleman during the Tucson German Mineral Show asked me to make him a pipe out of this material. I wasn't very interested. I did make him a pipe out of Kona dolomite from Marquette, Michigan, but I just don't know if that's the best material to be smoking out of. Look at that sphere. It does take a nice polish, though. I wasn't expecting that. Rhodochrosite. I did hear that some of the best rhodochrosite comes from Colorado. Most of the rhodochrosite that I carve is from Argentina, from rhodochrosite or Rhodoco. Some Septarian. Is your Septarian from Morocco or Utah?
That particular Septarian is from Utah. I do have some Moroccan specimen over on this other side over here.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Sorry for the 21 questions. Some beautiful Lake George, Colorado Amazonite. If you haven't done so already, make sure to check out my video of me carving a piece of this beautiful Lake George Amazonite. I give a little bit of the history, talk about how it really popped off during the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago. I carve a little cap. New Mexican native copper. Santa Rita. From Baghdad, Arizona. A gentleman here in New Mexico is looking for somebody to take over all of his clockmaking equipment. I've seriously debated about adopting it and maybe getting into some fine clockmaking. I guess I could start with some beautiful pendulum clocks like this, but I'm pretty sure it's some fine, like, gear carving equipment, and I don't want to take it if I'm not going to use it, so definitely something I'm debating in my life between the country western clothing business, all the lapidary stuff here on Lapidary Dave, and all the music. It might be a little too much, and I don't want to deprive someone the great chance of adopting all that beautiful clockmaking equipment. Look at that, stunning. Some beautiful Illinois fluorite. There's a cutie little Brazilian bird there, amethyst, and maybe some quartz. Some of the best bird carvers in the world are from Brazil. Saguaro cactus. Kambaba buffalo. Some beautiful Amazonite buffalo. Some agate buffaloes. Fantastic. Is this guy for sale?
He is, but he has a very large price tag because he's not really for sale.
I understand.
Does that make sense?
100%.
So
He's
if you really want him, you can have him, but he's more just to bring people in. He's kind of cool.
he's very cool.
Mm-hmm. He's made out of fiberglass.
Oh, fantastic! Which means somebody had to sit there and paint
Yes.
that bad girl and do all the value and the
Yes.
scoring on it and everything.
And
the skin.
It's hollow too.
Oh, what a blessing! Some honey calcite bears. There's a lot of folks that carve honey calcite here in beautiful Taos, New Mexico. I actually don't know any personally. I would love to get some of the material to make a video for you folks.
Yeah, I got one in my car. What is that?
Here's another gemstone bird, but I do not believe that this piece is made by Brazilians. Fantastic. Beautiful rose quartz flame. To get that polish in the convex and the concave, I always imagined, what are they using? Perhaps they're using some Nova points or something similar. You're definitely not tumbling it. Beautiful flame. Some awesome rhyolite bears, eggs. Awesome. Rose quartz birthday pieces. Some beautiful Pakistani onyx. You can still find a lot of goblets and bowls being made that are made from the 60s and 70s, and the finish that they got way back then is a lot different than the finish that you see today. The equipment today is just outstanding. You see a lot of similar plates being made in Mexico. I thought those plates were made in Mexico, but I'm starting to believe that they're Pakistani as well. Some beautiful agate book matched pieces. Check out that mastodon tusk. This is totally real. I'm sorry to bother you. Do you think, does the stand come from the same folks that sell the tusk?
The stand is made by an artist, a metal worker here in New Mexico.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. And he did a great job. If you look really closely, it's all hand welded, that texture.
Oh, that's all pulling. Oh, fantastic. I totally thought it was perhaps stamped and chiseled, but that's all pulling.
That's all. So you think about all the work that went into that for the stand.
Stunning. Thank you so much. I would have never noticed that by myself.
Yeah. So do you weld?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So you can appreciate
Oh, yeah.
the workmanship
Yeah.
that goes into it. Like, that's a lot of hours.
And all up and down the stock, too.
Yeah, just doing the texture alone on that piece. Well, she never did. I didn't find out until I said that I called.
Beautiful abalone and silver bangle there. Because it's not a bangle, it's a bracelet. Check out that agate bowl. Stunning. I used to think that Super 7 was the same material that they called Orly 23. This material comes from Brazil, if I'm not mistaken, which means it's definitely not. Orly 23 is actually amethyst that comes from the Thunder Bay, Brazil mine. No, Thunder Bay mine in Canada. A bit of education there for me. I had no idea that Super 7 was from Brazil. I have some Super 7 amethysts at the house that I will be making a video on shortly. I'm sure I would have found out via some research that I do before I make all of my videos, but still good to know. Some fantastic topaz, abalone with amethyst, some garnets or perhaps rubies, some charoite or charlite from Russia, one of my grandmother's favorite materials. She was given a huge chunk of the material from a fantastic Russian gentleman named Yuri. She actually was kind enough to give me some of the material to cab up and to fabricate up. Check out that moonstone necklace. Totally stunning. little hard for me to focus on that because it's so blingy. Some beautiful chevron amethyst. Looks a little bit different than the chevron amethyst I'm used to, perhaps because it has a lot more matrix, but I think it actually looks better than most of the stuff that I carve. That is a stunning piece right there. You definitely don't carve that piece on an easy cab or a cab king or a genie. Probably use a wet grinder. Here, folks, you see some beautiful Detroit agate, also known, what do they call it? Fordite. It's paint from the Ford factory. Not sure what that material is, but it's stunning. I like the matte pieces on the farther end, where the middle is a lot more glossy.